my Trues Clues aficionados. I hope you all are doing well out there today, taking care of yourself, willing to say something if you're seeing something. I'm going to do part 2 of Sharon Nelson, the American Black Widow, as she's been called today. But first, I wanted to let you see some of the items that I personally made. I'd like to give them out for gift bags. If you submit a like, subscribe, and put your name on the list there, the first 4 people that subscribe will be getting a gift bag. And I think they look much better in person than that you're seeing here online. There's a little catch-all bag here, make a bag, 420 bag. These are cloth bags, very sturdy, washable. The ink is infused into the material, so it's not going to go away. I simply love this one. This is one of my favorite ones. So that is that. And then I've got some beautiful cups. The cups are what pulled me into making these. The cups are just gorgeous, and they hold hot or cold items. They'll keep them cold for 3 to 4 hours. I've got family members that are using them that I've made some for that they love. There's that print design again. Again, it's a travel cup. It comes with its own lid. Keeps your cups nice and cold or nice and heated. And these cups are, they're not the cheapest in the world, but they're not the most expensive either. This is one of my favorites. I love the Klein Girl. And then in addition to that, you would get like a keychain. This is the killer cutlets for the crime cutlet show that I do. And then I have one with my logo on it. And I love this one. The skull one is because, as you can tell, skull is my logo. But if you see something else or you think something else would work out good in my design shop, just let me know. I'd love to try a new design. I'll be coming out with more as time goes by in regards to the shows that I do. But I would love to, love to, love to be able to give a bag away. Please like, subscribe, and give your name. I'll hit you up to get your address and I'll get you out a gift bag. You don't have to pay for nothing. So anyway, let's get back into the Sharon saga. Oh my God. What's going on here? Okay. So let's get on to the Sharon saga here. So Sharon, she's been married for a while. She's bored and she's pretty sure that, life has more to offer her than what she got there. And she's pretty disappointed, she tried to get away and get married from her environment, get onto a better situation, and it ended up not getting to a better situation for Sharon. So she felt the need to improve her life and improve her financial stability. So on she goes. She, was done with Mike Fuller, the congregation guy, because let's face it, congregation, that employment, that line of business, it's not going to provide her the income that she needs. And, she didn't really get along with a lot of wives that were there either. So they're on their way. They got in a fight. She's had affairs. Everything's just awful. So they decide they're going to up and move to Colorado. Why you got to come here for? Oh my God. Keep your tragedy at home. Anyway, Sharon eventually divorced Mike, but she went straight into the arms of Dr. Perry Nelson, an optometrist. And where? Rocky Ford, Colorado. That's where I got one of my bestest chihuahuas out there. Oh my God, his name was Eli, little 4-pound chihuahua. I loved him. He just passed away a few years ago. But Cha-Cha and I do very well together as well. So she goes there and she's long before the second marriage would produce 2 more children, but the mother of 4 still. Sharon eventually divorced Mike. She went straight into the arms of Dr. Perry Nelson, an optometrist in where? Rocky Ford, Colorado. Got a little chihuahua there for once, and I loved him to death. He's only passed away a few years ago. Long before the second marriage would produce 2 more children, but the mother of 4 still could not control her urges, and the affairs began again, one right after another. One of them was with a man named Gary Starr Adams. Sharon, with her curvy body, 2 short shorts, 2 low cut tops, was not the town of Rocky Ford Not what they were looking for in having a minister up in the town in Rocky Ford, somebody who was just so fashion forward. But when she met Gary, oh, it lit her world up. Her world shook. Gary was it for her. Nothing was going to stop her from being and wanting to be with Gary. She wanted more, and it didn't take long to identify one of the leaders of the town as her next conquest. The fact that he was married with 2 children didn't deter Sharon, or Cher, as she preferred to be called. Dr. Perry Nelson was much loved, respected local optometrist. The doctor fell hard for the pretty young seductive woman. The two soon became lovers. The whole town knew what was going on. Both divorces were inevitable. I mean, when she decided to go after this man, she decided it was time to go after this man. And like they said before, she had been used to having, a lot of affairs. The poor guy, Mike, is trying to hang in there and do what he can. The 4 children probably don't even know what the hell to think or what to do. Because, I mean, they're trying to live a godly life here. They're part of the congregation, and the wife is out doing what? 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 But Sharon ain't feeling that. Sharon's like, I'm nice, I'm pretty, I shouldn't be having to spend my life this way. I should be out enjoying life. I should be having a good time. I should be living it up. What the hell is wrong with these people? Why can't they see how I need to shine? So therefore, that's why, you have the affairs, and you have multiple ones because you enjoy the chase, the first start of it, you know what I mean? And then it gets old, not long enough to keep going on with the relationship for it. You want to get on and get that feeling again in your heart, that newness, that ooh, that thumping beat, that ooh, they want me, that hot sex on a platter. And enjoy life that way. I mean, it is for some people. And I guess if you're using safe sex and you're not married, go on and do what your thing is there. You know what I'm saying? I kind of don't roll like that. But anyway, so they, with the impending divorce, the minister got custody of her $2. The 2 lovebirds tied the knot in 1977. Soon after the wedding, she gave birth to a baby boy. The couple built a luxurious home on the cliff overlooking the town, which she named Roundhouse. Working in Perry's office now, because she just went in there and she took control. People said you would have thought she would have had some background in this business, but she didn't. Because, like a chameleon, she knew how to act and what buttons to press, and that's how she impressed Perry to begin with. And Perry, poor little thing, looking for some kind of excitement in his life, even though he was married, he was just taken with her. And then coming from a small town, not seeing that kind of activity in his life, well, good luck to you. So she goes in there and she just took advantage of everything. I mean, she's just grabbing the money and she's putting it in her bank account, and she's shopping and she's doing and she's spending and she's shopping and she's doing and she's spending, and she ain't paying no unemployment insurance. And she didn't pay it for the longtime receptionist that the doctor had. I mean, he had this lady like forever, and then he decided he had to get rid of her, and then she didn't have any unemployment insurance when he let her go. I mean, it was just a bad thing. And this was a nice lady, and she thought so much of the doctor, and she was unable to understand why this woman had so much control over him. But nonetheless, it was what it was. You know what I mean? But da 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 da. There's certain things about a woman's body that sing and dance. But anyway, for him, it was all that. So, over time, patients who had depended on Dr. Nelson's kindness and expertise stopped coming, preferring to drive to another town than to deal with Sharon, who was blunt and rude. Okay. So Gary looked like he comes straight out of the less civilized communities of the Great Rocky Mountains. To say that he was a rough-looking character would be an understatement. Yet he was one of the few men Sharon ever really loved, and who loved her unconditionally. Well, I don't know about that, because Gary never wanted to get a divorce. He kept going back to his wife. He liked having the 2 ladies on the line thing. And Sharon, because she loved him so much, she put up with him. And by the way, she was out there marrying men and, them. So she was busy doing her own thing anyway. Gary, however, couldn't provide Sharon with the lifestyle she wanted. He didn't have any clout or money, so Gary had to settle for just being her lover and secreted away. One day, Gary Starr Adams, a local roofer and handyman, came to the door of the roundhouse to borrow a wheelbarrow. He was leveling a nearby road. The moment she opened the door, la la la, their eyes met. It was instant attraction. I'm sure that they had, like that movie in the elevator with Glenn Close, Mike Douglas, bang, 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 bang. Right there in their minds. He was the first mountain man she'd met, strong, muscular, with piercing blue eyes. He was handsome and irresistible. The fact that he was married with 2 children didn't stop them from plunging into l'affaire. Gary frequently stayed out the roundhouse when Perry wasn't home. Well, where the hell Perry is going? What the hell? And but he would bounce back and forth between Sharon and his wife. As much as Gary wanted to be with Sharon, he couldn't bring himself to leave his family. Well, you got your kids there and shit. I can totally understand because he had had a long time marriage and the kids, how, especially for somebody that, anyway. Perry's financial problems deepened, and he soon realized his marriage and business were falling apart. By now, Sharon had a second child, a girl. By June 1983, Sharon decided to take action to fix her love life and her financial situation. She convinced Gary that her husband was abusive. He talked into By June 1983, Sharon decided to take action to fix her love life and her financial situation. She convinced Gary that her husband was abusive. He talked Perry into a night out, driving home on a winding mountain roads. Gary lured Perry out of the car. He smashed the doctor's head with a rock, then shoved his car into a stream. The ruined car was found, but it was like a year later when the police discovered the body. That's Sharon. I'm not even sure what to say about that. And I mean, this was at a time where it was really shocking for things to be going on like that. I mean, nowadays we hear about it and we're like, we've heard that before. But this was like, say what? Love you all. Coming around with the next episode, we'll finish it up for you. And please like, subscribe, leave your name. I would love to be able to give out a bag. Talk to y'all later.